Welcome back to my channel, Being Chris. I'm Crystal. On this channel, I discuss who I'm growing to be after becoming a wife and a mom. I was making a top that was supposed to be for my birthday. I did start the beginning of February and I was making good time. Just so you know, it was a fail, okay? It was a fail. And I guess midway in, I realized that I never checked the draping fit after with the muslin. So once I cut out the fabric, the top was too big in the bust area. And the way I drew it in my sketch, I wanted it to be more fitted to specifically look like a tube top, but with straps and a zipper in the back. And so this project took a little bit longer than I expected, and I actually did not get to wear it for my birthday. However, right here. This fabric, I only had a little piece of it. It was like a scrap from something else that I made for my friend's babies, the white part. And she did say I can keep the rest. So I was like, I wanted to use fabric in my inventory and not go out and buy anything. So the first thought was, let me see what I have in my closet and then what can I do with it. And I found this, and then I drew the sketch, and I was like, okay, I'll have to line it, because when I sew, I typically don't want to see the seams, so I tend to either do a lining or a French seam. Once I started the project and I cut the fabric, I didn't have any of this fabric, so I had to do like a makeshift dart situation here because, again, I failed. I failed horribly. However, what I did learn was that I didn't get frustrated. I took a break, and it was literally like maybe a week before my birthday. I took a week break, and I literally just had the front part of it. I lost my thought. The front part of it. And because how I cut the fabric before, I had to use whatever scrap pieces that I had to make I forgot what this is called, but it's like when you cut triangles into the pattern and then you attach another piece of fabric into it, and then it gives a little flare out from the original full piece of the pattern, so it can bring it in, because my bust is smaller than my dress form's bust, and I don't know why I forgot about that. Once I took time to breathe and figure that out, I felt like, okay, let me get back to it. And I also took the pressure off of it being for my birthday. So I got to finish it. It didn't come out quite exactly how I wanted it to, but it came out close enough. And I watched this video of this lady stating that sewing projects, you're always going to have a mistake somewhere along the line. There's never a sewing project that is ever just right through straight, no mistakes. So just knowing that everybody is going through the same thing that I go through, it took a lot of the pressure off of myself. If I remember correctly, I could have worn it on my birthday. I just didn't do the bottom hem. Basically, because it's lined, I did like a top stitch at the bottom of the hem to seal everything together. And I think that was like the last thing I had to do. My goal was to wear it with the skirt that I had on this dress form in all of my videos. And when I tried it on together, it looks good. It looks really good together. It gave what I wanted it to give. However, when I made that skirt, my waist was a different size than it is now. And so it's a little bit loose. Not loose in a bad way, because it's just a little bit like where my belly button is just a little bit under my belly button. And then I made this top to kind of stop where that skirt ended. So technically you can see like a little bit of like my belly, which again is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because I was also going to wear this with a cardigan or like a sweater to throw over, you know, to make it look extra cute. But yeah, overall, I'm excited. I did get to finish this is my third project for the year. I believe Soaks would be the second thing, because I was supposed to finish this in February, and then March I would have another project, but unfortunately that did not happen, but that's okay. We're making progress, okay? It's okay to fail. It's okay to try again. And so I'm making this video to remind myself of that. You know, every project is not going to be perfect, but you did it, girl. You did it. Thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.